Show here on the 29th of September 2021. Only another day to go in this month, and I got my little sweetie and the kids are over the hills and through the woods. Gonna go visit Grandma, so I'm bashing it today. So I was gonna go do some wiring on the bike, and then I took them up to the gate, and beautiful sunshine. Came home, got my stuff. Raining now, drizzly. This is what we got. So I decided to see what happened with the cam. It says low battery. So when I first plugged it into this marine battery, I have a cigarette lighter adapter. I plugged it in, and I heard a little noise in there, but the camera was working. And I pulled the fuse out. You probably can't tell, but there's nothing wrong with this fuse right here. It's perfect. It's working good. So it wasn't over volted. But this is what we got. This is actually what happened. It's little, I don't know what you call that thing because I'm not an electronics guy, but it blew up. It blew up. First time it was ever plugged in. This is what you get from China, guys. When they make something, oh, that costs money to test to see if it's any good. We'll just ship it. And this company that I'm dealing with through Lazada, they're telling me to just buy another one. I'm serious. You can't tell. It's got a 98% customer satisfaction rating, and what these companies do on Lazada, they put their own crap out and say what a wonderful company it is. If they get a bad review, they'll put out 50 or 60 reviews to keep their percentage up. And you don't know if it's coming from China or not. You have no idea whether it's coming from there or not until you see the shipping. I think I'm going to get to the point now when it ships from over there, I'm just going to cancel it. I want somebody here I could deal with. They don't care, so now I have no way of charging it unless I find another one like this. I'm not sure. I don't know what I got to do. Might have to take it to somebody, because I'm an electrician, not an electronics guy. And all I know is it didn't hurt this at all. So they're just these companies are just, it's kind of crappy. Why these things don't cost that much? Why don't they just come in, get this thing, and bring the other one when they come, or test it? I mean, it was in a box you could easily open and just plug it in and test them before they ship them. But that's Chinese companies anyway. But that's about all we got for today. Watch when you're buying from this Lazada company. And I used to go on the ratings. I learned a little trick though. When you're looking at the reviews, you can start to tell these Chinese companies that are making fake reviews, because the English is all screwy. It's wrong. It's twisted and wrong. So now I'm to the point when I look at a company that has a high rating and it has these reviews that the English is twisted, I know when a Filipino is going to make a review and how their English would be. I understand that, but when a Chinese person messes up English, it's way different. And that's what's happening here. You're seeing a lot of these. I think they have just a crew that goes around to make reviews whenever they get a bad one. And especially when these companies don't give a damn if you put a bad review in there. They just, what do they care? They're going to keep pushing this crap, this junk, and I got taken, so I'm out $25 or $20, whatever the heck it was, and there's nothing they're going to do about it. Now I'll get a hold of Lazada and tell them what I got. I screenshot everything we went back and forth on the messages there, and I'll get this over to Lazada, see if they can help me, and maybe they'll send a company out here to get this damn thing. I don't want to deal with them anymore. I don't want anything to do. I'm getting to the point where I don't want to deal with any of these damn Chinese companies, guys. They all send you crap. That's what happens. I've gotten stuff already that, like this, just like this. As soon as you get it, you plug it in, it blows out. I got a couple coffee grinders that did the same thing. You plugged them in. I got my wonderful coffee grinder. Boom. Just within a couple days, it's gone. And it's just a royal bummer. We like ground coffee. I like to grind it up myself, real powdery, but it's just hard to have these appliances. I had one of those nice little mixers that you can mix up in a jar, like when I make the kids something. that burned out. That lasted about 3 or 4 weeks. It burned out. Coffee pots burn out. They're sending this stuff over without testing it, and they're making it horrible. I took a fan apart here one day just to look. Why is it quit again? Is it, I can fix the bushing or bearing or whatever that is to help it run. And I'm looking at the way this thing was wired. It was like hairs. It had hairs going to the motor that cooked off. So I went ahead and connected those hairs up, and the fan started. And then it cooked off again. And I'm like, whoa, why would they do this? If you bump it hard, these things would break. But it was very strange. I wound up taking it to a fan guy, and he said, yeah, don't buy these anymore. Pick them up. When you're buying a fan too, pick it up. If it's super lightweight, those are the ones you don't want. That's what I've noticed. And we also had one that combusted. My wife, when I first come here, she was always saying, oh, you have to unplug this. And I was getting sick of, plugging everything back in when I needed it. And then one day we had a fan. Luckily it was sitting out in the middle of the floor, and she unplugged it, and I thought, I'm smarter than her, and I plugged it back in. Came home, it was just a melted pile in the floor. It had started on fire. Just from being plugged in. It wasn't on. The fan was not on. It was just sitting there plugged into the wall, and sure enough. So now when we leave most everything, I got a lot of stuff on switches that I can just turn them off, and do that here when it comes to appliances and stuff like that. Like we have wooden shelves. I don't put anything electric on those counters there. Nothing electric, because I don't want that fire going up and starting the cabinets on fire, and then burning a lot of the house up. So, especially if something like this catches. We had an old foam thing that I started on fire, and it was shocking how hot it got and how it burnt and all the crap it put out. So they don't have the stuff like they do in the U.S. where stuff's got to be fireproof. This thing caught quick, fast, and in a hurry. So, but I'm gonna let you go. Watch out when you buy stuff, even no matter where you get it, even the stores, even when you go to Abinson's. When you buy something, keep your receipts and take it. If you buy a cell phone, I bought a cell phone from Abinson's, and a couple years later, after I had it, it actually was a good phone. I find out it wasn't even a Samsung; it was a knockoff of a Samsung. And I saw a guy on here saying, one guy on a channel I was watching, he said he doesn't think that China would go so far as actually putting like Suzuki name on boxes and stuff like that. Well, if you look at the box I had, and my wife keeps all the boxes and everything for that phone, that son of a gun's completely, it even said made in Japan. It had made in Japan on the phone. And when this guy took it apart, because I cracked the screen, he says, man, this got nothing to do with Samsung. This is a 100% Chinese made. And he had phones that he was selling in there that he reconditioned and sold. And he goes, look, and he took the back, here's the Samsung. And I'm looking at it. And he goes, here's yours. Yours is China 50, they call it. And he goes, good phone. He goes, it's a very good phone. But he goes, look at it. And it was way different. It was so different. So you got to watch, no matter where you buy from, guys. I would recommend anything you buy, especially computers here. Do a burn-in on them. I don't know if you know about that, but when I bought computers before, you plug them in, turn them off, and do not turn them off. Your TV's everything for 30 days. It's called a burn-in. If it's going to go, it's going to go in that 30 days, and then you're okay. We did it to our TVs here, and I do it to a lot of stuff. I turn it on and leave it run. Can't do it to like a coffee pot or anything, but that's the way she goes. So I'm going to let you go, and this is Rick Shaw out.